Grateful to see you today. Omaji here with the Council of Light, and there is a process that wants to step forward today to support you in remembering the importance of being willing. And we're going to unpack a little bit about what that even is. And our minds can go to all kinds of conclusions and definitions, and the conditioning in separation consciousness, in other words, perceiving ourselves as separate from source for many, many lifetimes, can have us seeing that in a skewed way, where we think that being willing means we're supposed to do something additionally. Like it's not just about being willing, it's about being willing and then following up and doing the thing. And that's not really what we're pointing to here. This is we're going to call it a micro move of consciousness, where what we're laser focusing on here and highlighting is willingness as an energetic stance. We're going to model it. Which is basically from a perception of oneness. You are a being of light that is an aspect of divine source, love, light. You're fully connected to divine source, love, light, infinite source. You are a ray of light, a beam of light that emanates from the heart of source. You have a divine spark in the heart of source. You and source are one. From that perspective, when we speak to willingness, it's this idea of moving into a healthy co-creative stance with source that you are one with, and being willing to collaborate, being willing to allow for the creative current that is you to flow through you, being willing we could say is equivalent to being open we're modeling it because words are super challenging here when we're attempting to point to it outside of the separation paradigms. And so, depending on where you are in your journey, one way of looking at this and connecting to this could be that when you step into a willingness, an agreement to willingness, it's equivalent, sort of, to giving your permission for what source has in store for you in a good way. It's like source wants you to thrive. That's the agenda. The agenda is love. The agenda is wanting what's best for you, wanting you to thrive in a good way, not the negative lens, disempowered, wanting what's best for you. It's like eat your potato salad. That was my thing when I was little. Eat your potato salad. Not because that's what was best for me, but just because we clean our plate, right? But this idea of eat your Brussels sprouts or eat this. And if some part of you doesn't want to eat it for whatever reason, we want to equate being willing to giving up, or to the white flag, okay, I guess I just don't get to choose. That's not what it is. One of the ways we can help you step through this kind of redefining and really remembering from a place of truth what willingness really is, because it's not to be overlooked. It is such a huge linchpin in the grand scheme of things And if you think of it, an idea of dominoes being able to all connect and to fall, and for a wave of energy to be ridden in a good way to a higher octave, your willingness is required. It's not going to happen without your willingness. What I'm seeing a lot right now with the influxes of light that are coming in is calling everything to a higher vibration. And if we're not willing, we're gripping around it, we're clenching around it. There's a lot of issues around it. It could be lack of sleep, it could be body pain, it could be headaches, it could be emotions that aren't lifting up and out gently and gracefully. So we roll around in whatever it is for days or weeks or months. And so this idea of willingness is not just so we have a more graceful ride, that's part of it, but it's so that you can actually be the divine co-creator with source that you truly be and access all the resources you have access to. If you're not first willing to partner with the divine, you hold yourself separate from your birthright. You hold yourself separate from your divine inheritance. It's not being withheld from you by some external force. You're choosing to be in the connection, in the alignment, in the partnership, the willingness with the co-creation, or you're not. So we're going to bring in some energetic downloads around this. This all feels very tied to what we're up to in the Creating as One with Source series. So we're going to even be so bold as to call this a supplemental recording to that series. We're actually getting ready to go live here shortly with that group. Just allowing for the realignment, the remembering first. What is willingness? And so what you can do is, again, align with who you are in truth. That's always number one, so that you're coming from a place of oneness. I am a being of light connected to an infinite source. I have a divine spark in the heart of source, where I am one with source light, the divine. I'm an aspect of the divine. And then invite and imagine your higher self to bring in the appropriate, aligned remembering for you of what willingness really is. It's not about giving up your power. It's the opposite. When you're willing, you actually access all that you have access to from a place of oneness and connection and empowerment, an infinite supply. So we're going to bring in some energetic information to support you in the remembering of what it feels like, how to, and that it's safe to be willing. That doesn't mean you say yes to everything. This is about being willing in relationship to divine source, love light, in collaboration with divine source, love light. Are you willing to be willing? In relationship to source, in relationship to love, pure, unconditional, divine source love. Can we show you how to do that? And we use the word often in our invitations when we say, are you willing to remember and receive your light in a greater way from a place of oneness and connection? Because your willingness is either the starting point or the stopping point. Your willingness is a superpower of consciousness. Your willingness either moves you into alignment or creates resistance to the alignment? Can we show you how to be willing in relationship to what is meant for you to be, do, and have, which originates at source level, vibrationally, as the light that you are. You are the codes, you are the blueprint. It doesn't come externally, so it's not about opening to receive it outside of you. It's receiving it from a place of oneness with source. You are one with source. You're not receiving it externally, receiving it internally. I'm going to show you what we mean by that. Be willing to remember how to receive internally your guidance, your direction, your reason for being, your desires, your own unique resonance. Are you willing to embrace your infinite self in a greater way? Can we show you how? Gently. And thank you. Thank you, allowing that to integrate. Thank you for the willingness that you just moved into. Everything moves into a higher, more coherent vibration. Everybody benefits, everybody wins. We invite a balancing and stabilizing of all your energetic fields, updating all grids, all reference points, all ways in which you perceive and are perceived. I want to thank you for your willingness and your choice to journey with us in this way, and allowing this information to bypass the intellect, be more of a vibrational remembering, as there is always this energetic conversation happening behind the scenes when we gather in this way. And we just encourage you to practice the remembering of you as one with source and the willingness to partner with your divine self to co-create the miraculous and the extraordinary. And if you would like to journey with us in a divine collaboration, we are actually grateful and honored to be a part of the Create Your Extraordinary Life Masterclass series with Danielle Rama Hoffman and other divine beings of light. And we'll put a link below where you can learn more about that. And it is a free interaction. And you also get some special bonuses. And so Omaji, me, and the Council of Light are going to be sharing a very special exclusive transmission for that masterclass series on the first day that airs of that series that starts October 27th. And it will be all about connecting to and remembering your highest divine mission. So if you'd like to journey with us for that, we look forward to it. And we're going to put a link below to that. And feel free to share any feedback as we continue to bring forward what we feel would be most beneficial for you in this great time of acceleration and expansion into higher and higher levels and octaves of consciousness. Thank you for showing up. Much love.